Welcome back everyone for some more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney here on Nintendo Switch. And we are continuing on the Day 2 of the investigation in the case against Machi Tabai. And we've been doing a bit of exploring around Sunshine Coliseum, and we managed to find two rather peculiar pieces of evidence. One is a headset that someone was missing, and another one is some kind of switch that was found in the piano on stage. But now we are going to be finishing Day 2 of the investigation in this video, and we're going to try to put all the pieces together and try to form some kind of defense we can use in order to acquit Machi Tabai. But before we do that, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. So without further ado, first thing we're going to do is we're going to move to Lamoureux's dressing room. Via the backstage hallway. July 9th, Lamoureux's dressing room. Oh, hi, Emma. Uh-oh. There's only one person I know who can munch with such venom. What are you doing here? Hello, Emma. You're looking as grumpy as ever. Oh, am I supposed to be happy? You give me the second degree in court and Prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool. You talk about the bloodstain Mr. Latouche left? My department chief had a field day with that one. Even a blind person could see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh? But that bloodstain helped uncover the biggest mystery of all. Now they know Mr. Latouche was really with Interpol. We wouldn't have found out without you. I suppose. Maybe that's why the chief gave me these after he was finished chewing me out. Said it was my reward. Are chocolate snackoos popular down at the precinct or something? I was hoping we could check out the crime scene again. Be my guest. You're not gonna find any clues in here. Though I did find something strange. Something strange? Well, let's talk to her. I met my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? How? I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else all year. If only it worked out that way. It just bugs me to think that little kid outsmarted me, and it makes him even more suspicious now that we know he can see. He could have seen the air duct, and he could have shot that revolver. But that's not how it sounded in Lamoureux's testimony. You mean her saying she heard Detective Darian's voice at the scene? That's right. Why can't we have a normal, straightforward killing once in a while in this country? I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Was that true what you said in court today? You know, about the case? About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics? The guitarist serenade, you mean? I found the link, you know. First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped keyring was stolen. Then Lamoureux flew through the air. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire, and in the end a bullet took Mr. Latouche's leg, and he went up in the sky with a guitar. Well, 15 feet up at least. It is kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence, I know, and I found it. You think the same person did all this? Don't ask me, I didn't do it. Neither did I. I couldn't fit to that event anyway. What? You all think I did it? Sometimes I worry about that girl. So what did you find? It's so little, I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under the sofa. What is it? Part of some device, I think. I haven't a clue what. The bit sticking out from the end looked familiar, so I had it examined. Turns out it's an antenna. Oh, like on a Beetle? Like on a cell phone. This device must use an electronic signal of some sort. An electronic signal, you say? But I do want to ask, maybe she knows, now that we talk about electronics, maybe she knows something about this. Do you think you could take a look at this? Small device. Looks like a transmitter. A transmitter? You press the switch here and it sends out a signal. No idea what it's for, though. A signal? You mean an electronic signal? What is it, Apollo? Say, Emma. You know that strange object you said you found? Oh, this? Let me try pressing the switch. Yee! Ouch! It's on fire! Emma's device is on fire! What's a big idea? Ah! Well, now we know what this is. An igniter. This part here must work like a lighter. It nearly lit me up, that's for sure. Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose. I suppose, at least, we're getting somewhere with this case. Hey, Apollo. Let's ask Emma more about this switch, now that she's had some first-hand experience. It's actually not a bad idea. What are you trying to do, burn me alive? Come on, it was just a few sparks. Says you weren't the one holding it. There's enough sparks flying around here just with you two talking. Anyway, now we know there's a remote for an igniter. Let me see that for a second. Well, this is definitely a little transmitter. The signal's weak, probably only reaches 30 feet. A transmitter, huh? Remote trigger updated in the court record. Found on the stage. Triggers an igniter within 30 feet. Incidentally, if you look at a cross-section diagram of the stage area... Let's see, 30 feet from Lamoreu's dressing room. That covers the backstage completely. It also looks like it would cover the stage. Kinda seems unlikely anyone would use this on stage. Form diagram added to court record. Cross-section diagram of the Sunshine Coliseum. Guess I'd best be getting on with my investigation. We'll have to look for more clues elsewhere then. I feel better just knowing what this thing is now. I'll have to look into igniters a bit more later. Good luck. I'd like to know a little more about igniters myself. Igniter added to the court record, found at the crime scene, emits a flame when triggered by remote control. Okay, and I do want to move outside of the Coliseum. July 9th, Sunshine Coliseum. What? Come to laugh at the murderer? Darian? That old bag opens her pie hole and wham bam, my life goes down the chute. Thanks. They won't let me work while I'm a suspect. Darian isn't in the best of moods, is he? Not many people are these days, it seems. It is a crime scene, not exactly the happiest place to hang out. Then Gavin had to go rub salt in a wound. My alibi's rock solid. Rock solid. Oh well, let's talk to him. So, about your alibi. You have to ask? The shooting happened right in the middle of the third set. That's right. The music was blaring when we heard those gunshots, and found Mr. Tooth dead. I've got 10,000 witnesses who saw me too. Right there on that stage. Your guitar playing was something else. Thanks, little lady. See? This whole thing's a sham. I can't believe they aren't letting me work. There's no need to yell at me. It's Lamoreu's fault. She was the one who said she heard his voice at the moment of the crime. Man, I never even talked to that old windbag. How could she possibly identify me? They won't let you work? He won't let me work. Gavin says I gotta lie low until the suspicion is cleared. What suspicion? He can be such a stick in the mud. Mr. Gavin? A stick in the mud? He may look all flashy and showy, but it's straight as narrow, man. Except when he's depressed. You hear him whining the other day? Oh, you mean the thing with the mixing board? And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. Ah! It was you, Darian. He's just a perfectionist is all. Not a bad guy, really. Well, I think the Gaviners are the best. I have all your albums. The band's fine, too. Gavin can write a good tune. I'll give him that. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much. Oh, him? He's out at the prosecutor's office, most likely. The prosecutor's office. I've never been there, have I? The data on the victim should have come from Interpol. Normally I'd be down there dealing with it. Normally. Apollo, let's go check it out. I've always wanted to see the prosecutor's office. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. Right on. Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you. Okay. And tell him I went into that crime scene. We'll be going now. Hey, wait. Yes? What do you really think happened? Really? You don't think I did it, right? Well, great. Way to instill a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on stage when it happened, okay? Ripping. Don't get led astray by some Simon song, eh? Get this one wrong and you'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself. Okay then. Let's not talk to him anymore, alright? Detective Darian Crescent. He's one stone I'd leave unturned if I had a choice. And with that, we are going to be going to Gavin's office. July 9th, Prosecutor Gavin's office. Wow. So, this is it. The Governor's head office. It's not the band's office, it's a prosecutor's office. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking, what is this creepy thing, object, whatever? Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone. Oh well, guess we'll have to come back. Or we can hide behind that bookshelf real quiet like. That's eavesdropping. Why? We'd just be waiting, quietly, so he won't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band? She'd make a good reporter for a gossip mag. What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Latouche. Latouche? Look, don't talk to me about those Virginians, okay? Just give me that report, chop chop. And stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? It sounds like this when I start to miss Darian. Huh? Hiya. Tee-hee. Just let me drop in. Hope you're not mad. How could I be? There's not enough tee-hee in the world in any case. Have a seat. Prosecutor Gavin, the philanthropist. Watch and learn, Apollo. So, who have you come to see? Huh? Clavier, lead vocalist for the Governors, or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of courtroom? What do you think he means, Apollo? I think he's giving us a choice. We can either ask him about the concert, or the case. Which way to go? Well, let's talk to him anyway. Let's talk to him about the case. Ah, that reminds me. Did you see the paper today? Yes. I always read the TV section. Good girl. How about you, Air Forehead? I read the funnies. Then you would not have seen this. Concert of Tragedy, the prosecutor's deadly song. Oh, is that a new show? I haven't heard about that one. It's not a show, it's an article. News, you know. Oh, does this have anything to do with the case? Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing off the hook. How does it feel to take a man's life with a song? Have you ever hummed a man all the way to death row? Do you think you could sing for me over the phone? It is endless. Endless. Thanks to the case you made today, of course. Oh, that was all Paula's idea. Hey! Is that a newspaper over there, too? Ah, yes, the Virginian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look. Thanks, but I can't read Virginian. Oh, that's right. Suffice it to say, this is big news over there as well. Though they didn't go so far as to mention the lyrics to my song. Probably no one in Virginia could believe it. It's probably seen as just a theory at this point. Their journalists didn't see the need to mention it. That makes sense. I already know what to think of it myself. Virginian newspaper added to the court record, article about the case. It doesn't mention the lyrics of Lamoureux's ballad. Lamoureux's testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I imagine. Which is why I've had Darian step down from the investigation for now. Yeah, we ran into him moping in front of the Coliseum. Lamoureux was my invited guest, so it is a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case. Quickly, if possible. Oh, I certainly get that. I really love that song. It has such a great atmosphere to it. You co-wrote it with Lamoureux, if I remember correctly? That's right. It was last year. I had gone to tour Virginia's legal system, as a matter of fact. And that's when you heard Lamoure's voice? It was at a small jazz club. I wept that night. I knew I had to meet her, to talk with her. So I used my influence, which is not inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting. Well, prosecutors really have a lot of clout. I think he sorted a special case juicy. Thankfully, she liked the work I did and we wrote a song right there backstage. Machi on piano, that dulcet voice, and myself on guitar that I borrowed from Lamoureux. And music history was made. Probably not an experience your average lawyer would have, like Apollo, say. It is a memory I hold dear, and the song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar is right over there. You mean this charred lump? Don't call it a lump, that's a piece of history. And it's only brown, not really charred. No matter, I shall never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have. What happened during that song anyway? Why did his guitar suddenly catch on fire? Do you think he could show it to us? Your charred, slightly burnt guitar? I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could happen to it? And with that, we are going to go ahead and examine the burnt guitar. That was an impressive bit of pyrotechnics that did this. That's a guitar from the concert, isn't it? I thought it was one of the staff playing a gag on me. I never guessed that wasn't the end of it. I had a specialist analyze the guitar, incidentally. Oh, did you find anything out? He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results he came up with were intriguing. Intriguing? How does that guitar tie into everything that went on? Sounds like something we should ask about. It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar would be fitting a woman like Lamoureux. How did it end up here? She gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it. So this guitar is from Virginia? That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the work. So we vacuum packed it in Lamoure's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. See, prosecutors do have a lot of clout. I still think he's a special case. Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burned. Prosecutor Gavin's guitar added a court record, a gift from Lamoureux sent from Virginia, burnt the night of the concert. What was it that you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from an examination of the guitar? That's right. What was that all about? Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It is called the sound hole. Ah, so that's what it's called. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. A broken device? Yes, this in fact. The examiner is busy with evidence for the case now, however, so he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else. Odd, that device looks strangely familiar. Well, it so happens that it looks something like this. It has to be one of these. What is it, Apollo? That device that was found in your guitar? Take a look at this. Why, that looks like the same thing. What is it? It's an igniter. Another one? It was at the crime scene, in Lamoure's dressing room. Detective Sky found it, actually. At the scene of the crime? What could that mean, I wonder? Igniter has been updated. Identical igniters in Gavin's guitar and at the crime scene. Triggered by remote trigger. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. What's that on the plate there? Is that gum? Gum? Maybe he was chewing it while when the phone rang, so he put it on the plate for later consumption. You'd think a rockstar would afford a... You'd think a rockstar could afford a fresh stick. Don't jump to any conclusions now. That's no chewing gum. Take a closer look. Although I really shouldn't be offering, should I? What is that? Looks like a lump of plastic. Wait, that phone call. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking, what is this creepy thing? Object, whatever. So Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone. What? A replica? So what was he after in the first place? Yeah, Latouche. Prosecutor Gavin, does this have something to do with Mr. Latouche? Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you? Who, us? I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to. Hey, you were the one digging for a scandal, Miss Reporter. To tell the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. But apparently it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. Latouche was after. This lump? Would you mind telling us what you do know about it? This was found in Mr. Latouche's bag. It's apparently a replica of something. A replica? It's a small lump, about 1.5 inches long. We analyzed it, but there's not much to say other than it's a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was to be used in identification of whatever it is a replica of. You mean, whatever Mr. Latouche was after? That seems to be the most logical explanation. Well, what is it? Don't ask me, Fraulein. Oh, if you don't want to tell us, you could just say so. I've put in a request to Interpol via my contacts in Virginia, but apparently there's a block on information somewhere along the chain. Oh? There's something either Interpol or Virginia doesn't want to share. Something about this little piece of plastic. Mr. Latouche went through all that trouble to become Lamoure's manager, just to come to this country to find out more about this lump. And he died for it. Replica added a court record. Replica is something held by Mr. Latouche, apparently the focus of his investigation. I've sent someone in the Colosseum to fetch Lamoureux. Perhaps she knows something about it being a Virginian. I believe that covers everything I am at liberty to talk to you about. Oh, thanks for dropping by, Herr Forehead. Thanks? Why, you gave me so much information. That igniter, for instance. Oh, that. I've never met an attorney so forthcoming with the prosecution. It's a big help. Or perhaps a bit of tad naive, Guess I could have hid it, but somehow showing it felt like the right thing. Could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Thanks for the information. About the, strange lump of plastic. The one that Mr. Latouche was investigating. Hey, that's right! I've been thinking, Herr Forehead. We encounter many incidents in our lives. All of us. Not all of them simple. Especially not the ones where people killing the song lyrics. That is why I try to at least remain simple inside. And I keep a simple goal, to discover the truth. That's why I like to keep relations civil, yeah? That is all. I can live with that. Mr. Prosecutor? Fraulein? Can I ask you why you sing in a band? Ah, because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the street. That's pretty simple, too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Another time, perhaps. And with that, we're gonna go back to the Sunshine Coliseum. July 9th, Sunshine Coliseum. Oh, it's you. You came at a good time. Hello there, Emma. What's up? Either of you know where Lamoureux is? Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago. Yeah? That's strange. What's strange? I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office. Lamoureux's missing? I tried to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own. Being that she's blind and all. Yeah, we'll help you look for her. Great, thanks. Huh. July 9th, backstage hallway. This place is deserted. I wonder where Lamoureux went off to. I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful. I guess, but I can't help worry about her a little. Let's move back to the stage. July 9th, 4:46 p.m. in the wings. Huh? The stage is pitch dark. The power breaker must be off for this section. Great. I'll go get someone. Yikes, it was really dark out there. Dark? That's all Lamoureux has, when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness? Hey, Apollo? Huh? What? Doesn't something about the stage seem different to you? Like, something's changed? Changed? I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me. Now it's bugging me, too. What's she talking about? Hey, that case! Wasn't that open before? Huh? I guess someone closed it. Wait, look! Where the case closes. Something's sticking out. That doesn't look like an instrument. You don't think it's... Let's open it, Apollo. Oh, heck! Eek! Lemureur! Lemureur! Emma! We have to get Emma! What the heck? Lemureur was taken directly to the hospital. Emma ran around, barking orders, making phone calls. Susie just clung to my arm and cried. And me, I was still in shock. 2 bodies in 2 days is too many. July 9th, 5:53 p.m., Hickfield Clinic waiting room. Emma, how's Lemureur? Is she okay? Ah, you. We all owe you a big thanks, that's for sure. So, she's okay? Yes, she came to a short while ago. You found her before it was too late. That's good to hear. So, what happened? Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead. By who? We don't know. But they hit her on the forehead, right? That's right in front of her. How could she not see? Oh. Right. Would you like to see her now? Is that alright? She wants to thank you for saving her life. Lemureur! Ah, Mr. Attorney, you were the one who found me? Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happened? It was after I spoke with you in front of the dressing room. I sensed someone approaching. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return to my dressing room... You were hit? I knew, that very moment. I knew. The assailant was trying to kill me. No. It was lucky for me the first blow did not knock me out. I turned and ran for the stage. Someone was chasing me. I could hear footsteps. Yet I reached the stage first. Why the stage? I had overheard maintenance people talking. The power to the stage area is off, they said, for electrical work. Ah. Darkness is my ally. There was a contrabass case near the stage. That is where I hid. So the assailant couldn't see you. Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out. Oh, that sounds like a really close call. Do you have any idea who it might have been? Unfortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word. Too bad. Yet when I consider that I was struck high on the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am. Good point. She's sharp. And you're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo. So that means it was likely an adult, and probably a man. Could it be him? But why would anyone attack you, Lemureur? The detective asked me this too. And to her, I gave the same answer I give you. I do not know. That is rather interesting. But I do want to ask her something. I do want to ask her about the replica that we found in Gavin's office. Ah, Lemureur, I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know what this is? This is what? Mr. Latouche was carrying it. It's a replica of the thing he was after. He was after? You know, in a secret identity. As an undercover agent. So that's what he was doing. You mean, you know what? Yes, I know, of course. This must be a Virginian cocoon. Or rather, a convincing replica thereof. Why haven't I heard of a Virginian cocoon before? Why would he be carrying this around? Was it some kind of souvenir? I wonder. Virginian cocoon replica held by Mr. Latouche. Oh, no. Keep on hitting the wrong button. Well, they call it Virginian. It must only be found in Virginia. For certain, all in Virginia know of these. It's a cocoon, so do you get silk from it? I do not know the details, I am sorry to say. I thought you said all Virginia knew of these. There is one fact I do know about the cocoon though. Something all Virginia know. What's that? The cocoons. They are not to be taken out of the country. If someone does, and is caught, they will be put to death. To death? Why? I do not know. Yet, if Interpol was involved, I'm sure there is a good reason. But this is just a piece of plastic. He was carrying a replica, but looking for the real deal. That's my best guess. So that's what he was up to? Tracking down Virginian cocoon smuggling. Smuggling. It seems I was marked. Marked? Life changed for me with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world. Ah, so you could have brought those Virginia cocoons with you. On my trips, yes, that's what's probably the suspicion. And Mr. Latouche was placed as an undercover agent to look into it. Virginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many of our people venture into the world outside. Is that why they suspected you? But Mr. Latouche wasn't a Virginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means... What, Apollo? There must be some reason why Virginia doesn't want those cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved. Like what? How could such a tiny ball of thread cause such a commotion? Cocoon smuggling. And Mr. Latouche had Lamoureux marked. It couldn't be her. Huh? There's one other person I need to talk to. Thank you for talking to us, Lamoureux. It was the least I could do. Actually, I have another request. If it is within my power. I need an interpreter. Someone who speaks Virginian. Apollo? Would you come with us if you're well enough? I see. Yes, of course. I shall accompany you. Huh? Where are we going? Come on, Chusey. We're about to get to the bottom of this. July 9th. Detention Center. Visitor's Room. Machi, we came to talk to you about the case. Machi. Could you interpret for us, Lamoureux? Yes. Machi, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind. Now we know the truth. You can see, right? I was completely fooled myself. Machi, isn't there another secret you're hiding from us? Wait, Mr. Attorney, what do you mean by secret? What do I mean by secret? Well... What about this? If I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you? Uh-oh. Hey, you got a reaction. A big one. Machi, you didn't. Chusey and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Not that we would have needed any training to see that one. Mr. Attorney, please tell me what this is all about. Lamoureux, please, interpret. Very well. I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution. And have them look into it. He asked you to wait. Do not be so hasty. Machi? Do you know everything? Yes, everything. Well, sort of. Have him tell us about it. Very well. Okay, let's finally talk to Machi. What is this cocoon, anyway? The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure. A cure? It must cure some disease. It's a cure for incuritis. A cure for incuritis? Replica updated in the court record. Replica of a cocoon from which a remedy for incuritis may be extracted. But, if it's a cure, why keep it in Virginia like that? Just think of all the lives they could save by sharing the medicine. I do not understand the reasons myself. Okay, well, at least we know what it is. A cure. And Mr. Latouche was after cocoon smugglers. Wait, was Machi? Machi, you weren't. He couldn't be a smuggler. He's so little. Well, you're only 15 and you're sort of a magician, aren't you? Well, that's true. I am sort of a magician. She said sort of. Oh, to have a copy of that security camera tape. Well, Machi, aren't you a smuggler? He won't tell me. First he plays blind, now he plays dumb. I wonder, do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? If Machi really did bring one into the country, was he planning on making a deal for its sale? I can't go home. Can't go home. I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon for Virginia is death. That's right. It's punishable by death. About the case. What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Lechuse's death? This meeting's over. Darian? What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet. There's a call for Machi from the Virginian Embassy. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving. Darian, wait! I never liked you. Either of you. Huh? Okay. Darn it. We were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo? He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. Apollo. And there can only be one reason why. Why is everyone ignoring me? Oh, sorry. This is it. I know who I'm after now. It all happens tomorrow, in court. And so concludes Day 2 of the investigation. And I think we finally at least have a decent idea what is going on here, but we will conclude things here. The next time I see you guys, we will be beginning Day 2 of the trial in the case against Machi Tabai. So, but thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I'll be seeing you guys again next time.